Hey y'all, it's been a minute. Hope y'all are doing well. I got so much stuff done. I got so much stuff done this week, and I want to talk with you about it. Hi, they call me Pi. I make games, art, right? I do a whole bunch of stuff. But this week, I really focused on Tabletop Simulator, and I want to tell you guys about it. So let's get into it. I've been saying I do this forever, and turns out it's about time to finally get it done. So I did, and it was a lot easier than I thought it'd be, like most things you put off, right? Now, once I got my game Your Class Rep onto Tabletop Simulator, everything else, it exploded in a good way, a good explosion. I joined a handful of Tabletop Simulator Discords and learned so much so quickly. Before I get into that, though, I do want to give a couple shout outs. It was all kind of a chain reaction. So through Pam Wall's community, I met Hellfire. I shared some of my content there and met Hellfire as a result. And that introduction led to his Discord, where he does a lot of playtesting and has a community there. Someone who I've known for, well, I'd say a long time. It feels like forever. Defected pixel artist. I guess inspired by Hellfire. Connected me with T-Bone and his server, his Discord, and somehow I got connected to the Final Strike folks as well. So and Lane and all those guys. So it's been a kind of a whirlwind. Everything all happened at once within literally a couple of minutes. Now, through all those connections, I was able to get about somewhere between 4 and 6 hours of playtesting over the past week or so, week and a half. I didn't do a great job of taking notes. I got to get better at that piece. But I still got a ton of super valuable feedback from everyone. I want to give, again, some shout outs to specific people who just took the time to try out my game. DPA, Defective Pixel Artist, Lane, Nate, Wyeth, Hellfire. Now, overall, I'd say the perception was pretty solid. I got pretty good feedback. One thing that really surprised me, though, was people seem to enjoy the art. I know that's weird. I spent so much time on it. But I only got one comment about black and white. It wasn't a negative one, just curiosity. And that was a little surprising. But another piece that genuinely surprised me is how invested and interested people were in kind of building their own unique decks. So that was really fun to see. Watching people try and kind of theory craft and poke at this meta for a brand new game was crazy. It was wild to me. Now, that said, the game was far from perfect. Nothing's perfect. And a lot of feedback I got from these people led to direct changes on the game. Changed some card stats. Some abilities were adjusted or clarified, and some rules got completely reworked. I think for the better, make the game more fun to watch and more fun to play. And I think one of the biggest, most impactful changes I ended up making came as a result of speaking with Wyeth. He has a really good eye for game design. He mentioned kind of shortening the game, actually turning it from 7 rounds into 6, and that's a really simple idea. It sounds simple. Once you guys get to see the game, you'll kind of understand why. But that change it really opened up the doors for a lot of depth in the game that I think is really interesting. In fact, if you guys would like to try the game out for yourselves, now's really the best time to do that. I'm still doing heavy playtesting on the game. I just want to make it as good as possible before we release it. So trying to be as available as possible for playtesting. So if you have a copy of Tabletop Simulator already installed and downloaded, or you plan on getting one, join my Discord. It's going to be the fastest way to play the game. It's not publicly available just yet. So jump in and just request a match. I'll try and make some time and connect with you. In fact, speaking of Discord, that's where a decent bit of time over the weekend went to as well. Just trying to make a better experience and make it a place where it's a better place for creatives in general. place where you can find amazing resources, amazing art, and people that push each other to make and complete things, which I think is really important. All right, well, I guess that's it, guys. Really appreciate everyone who helped. As always, God bless, be safe, and I'll see you next time.
Love the red background.